We've never seen anything like it before. It's clear the robocall controversy has struck a chord with Canadians.
The evidence is mounting that the 41st general election may have been hijacked by the most comprehensive electoral fraud in our nation's history.
It's the bedrock. It's the bedrock of our democracy. Voter suppression is a big deal.
Canadians know what they want. They want to get at the truth. They don't want this cancer to spread or to go unpunished or unfought.
We need politicians to start treating democracy like a valuable thing that we need to hold on to. Or more things like this will just keep happening.
It's the principle of our democracy that, one vote for every citizen and the right to place that vote freely and fairly. And I know that there are people all over the world who are fighting and dying for this privilege, and it's something that should not be abused here, and it's something that should be protected, and it's our right as Canadians to protect it.
We need to all go to our political leaders of all the parties, the ones who want to uphold democratic principles, the Green Party, the NDP, the Liberal Party, who all have representatives and credible people in this House. And we need to ask them to engage so that people have a way to focus their anger and their distrust, and that they can affirm the values for which they stand.
And I want to be clear about my position as leader of the Green Party. I don't know who paid for and orchestrated a national, well-coordinated attempt to defraud thousands of Canadians of their vote. I just know that it happened. I'm not accusing anyone. I don't know who organized it. I don't know who paid for it. But I know one thing. If we don't have a full public independent inquiry, none of us will ever know.
In that building, and not just behind desks, came out and spoke to the people that came here, and then went inside and participated in question period. So not everybody who works in that building is paying attention to us, but some of them are, and the more of them pay attention to us, the louder our voice gets.
We've got to get engaged. Somebody knew we were all asleep, and it's time for us, as Mr. Ignatieff said, wake up Canada.
So go and write to your MP. Go and write to the parties that I have just mentioned. If enough people make their views known, they will get the message.
We all want to know who's behind it, but more important is that we not allow the investigation to be suppressed. That's a bigger threat to democracy than what originally happened.
What we want is the truth. There are different views on how that truth can be found. I believe it has to be an independent public inquiry. Don't take that line. It's too expensive. We are spending $12 to $14 million in Afghanistan to bring democratic values to that country, and our country should be worth the same at least.
Do you think it would have changed the outcome of the election?
Absolutely, I do. I know that in the Nipissing riding in Northern Ontario, where people did receive robocalls, the winner won by 18 votes, and that's a pretty slim margin, and that's probably enough people who didn't show up to vote because they didn't know where to go, or they couldn't get to where they were told they should go.
But overall, though, with Harper's majority government,
I think it would still make a difference, and I think it's important to all Canadians that this be investigated seriously.
It is not true that it's only 50 people in Ottawa who are disgusted and who want to make their disgust known. There are thousands. We have to mobilize them to get out.
We have to keep the issue alive. And that means having demonstrations like this well announced in advance every week until action occurs.
People here aren't going to let the low turnout discourage them from speaking out. Another rally is planned for next Sunday at noon here on Parliament Hill. Vanessa Lee, CTV News.